So I want to make this video about what happens if you only look at 10-second clips on the internet and base all of your opinions on like just little clips about somebody. So what's happening right now in general is people are trying to either ruin or praise people's reputations using things like TikTok that specializes giving out like 10-second little clips, or even most social media platforms have these reels where they're really small videos and they're clips taken usually out of context in order to make a point about somebody or to show somebody in some kind of light. And some people are using it to put people in a bad light. And I just want to show you a small clip, and I want to respond to it and kind of expose this thing that's happening where people are getting, I think they have their own emotions and their own kind of biases based on what they've seen, what people have told them, and maybe they're just angry in general or they're emotional in general. And they see one clip and it affirms their thoughts. And I'm just going to talk about it.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Cenk. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live what I believe. No. What do? I get charity every single year.
Crime, like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Because of DEI, it begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily. No one really cares when it's HR managers. No one cared when it was, just kind of paper shufflers or even engineers. But now when it's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian.
So I was involved with other people in this Facebook altercation, basically in the comments, where somebody posted that video and it was supposed to be like kind of a final blow, like, oh, look, I have proof, video proof that he is this kind of person. And if you look at that video, if you just break it down, it's a series of like 10-second clips where he appears to be saying something. I'll just go through one by one and just dismantle them, okay? If you're smart, if you can just stay calm and just like look at a video like that, you can see what's happening. So first off, why is he, according to this person who posted this, a leftist, you might say. I mean, that's the term everybody's using to refer to these people as, even though it's not everybody on the left political spectrum. It's just like people that want to be really offended. They'll use a clip like that against him. Why? Because he appears to be saying a derogatory term about Asian people, but if you watch the whole video, he's saying Cenk, as in C-E-N-K. Google it, C-E-N-K. Last name, I think it's U-Y-G-U-R, political commentator. And if you watch the full video, that's who he's talking to, the guys in the audience. It's that guy. He's saying Cenk, the guy's first name. And he's speaking very passionately, obviously, which, I don't know, a lot of people think of as like aggression, but I like a little bit of controlled compassion, but that's neither here nor there. So that's the first clip. The rest of the clips are him saying something that may look bad in a 10-second clip, right? It looks like something you should be offended by because he's bringing up race, and he's bringing up like, oh, I'm going to judge this person because they're this race and they're a pilot, or they're in this job, they're in this profession, they're this race. And that's all that people, I'll use the term again, leftists, or no, I'll say offended people, that's all they hear. Because they're looking for stuff to be offended by. So if you're one of these people that watches these 10-second clips and feels a certain way, like, oh, this guy's bad because he said this, instead of doing some thinking, some critical thinking, and kind of like looking a little bit further than that 10-second clip, you can understand the whole conversation. What's the conversation about? It's about DEI. DEI, I've read about DEI in college. One of my textbooks goes over DEI. And in practice, it looks, or in theory, it looks amazing. Probably in practice early on, it was amazing. It was not judging people based off of the color of their skin. It was being accepting and not discriminating people based on the color of their skin or their gender. And like, what good person wouldn't agree? Like, yeah, let's not discriminate against people. Let's give everybody an equal opportunity. The problem in practice, and this is what Charlie was the point he was trying to make in this video, or these little 10-second clips, which were part of bigger conversations. Each of them were part of a bigger conversation where he was bringing up the point that if we start implementing it like we have as a society these last couple years, where you say, okay, well, these people are oppressed, right? These people need an advantage. So this gender, that race, when people apply for jobs and they check, I'm this gender, I'm this race, we're going to give them a little bit of an advantage to getting the job, or to getting a first place seat. We're going to take them for an interview because we have time for their interview, but maybe not for another. So we're going to give them the advantage just because of, hello, you're good. Are they, they're not twins, are they? Are they brothers?
Like different types, you know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Nice. Enjoy your walk. Thanks. All right. So basically, if we say we're going to hire that person because of this race and because of, they're this gender, and we give them the front, like the opportunity over another person, we're making it a priority. All right, like, think big picture. Try not to think like small. Think big picture. On a mass scale, if we're giving people priority only based on the color of their skin and their gender, like what they look like and stuff, and what gender they are, these things that have nothing to do with somebody's competency, right? Because if you're black, white, blue, or purple, you could be better or worse at a job. If you're a man or you're a woman, you could be better or worse at a job. The point is, what DEI was supposed to do was give people equal opportunity. But what are we doing by giving certain races and certain genders priority over others? Well, maybe you're weeding out some people because they don't have the right race and the right gender. You might be not giving them an opportunity, even though they might be better. And when I say that, don't think I'm saying all people of people take that argument. They're like, oh, so you're saying that all white males are better? No, not at all. That's where I lose you. That's where you lose me. That's where we stop having a conversation. When you say that, I didn't say that. You said that. If you're one of these people, one of the offendeds, one of the leftists, okay? Try to follow me. If we have a bunch of people, black, white, blue, purple, male, female, somewhere in between, all of these people of all colors and of either gender, in each of those categories of skin color or of gender, you're going to have people that are really good for the job and people that are not so good, okay? But when you make skin color and gender the important thing, and not everybody then has an equal chance, and you're giving priority based on that, you're going to end up maybe with some people that are a little bit worse than the other people that you discarded to the side because of their race and gender, because they didn't get the opportunity to speak with you at the company and to interview with you. Or to say, hey, I have these qualifications, I have this much experience. They didn't get that opportunity. So I would rather live in a world where, yeah, okay, is everything perfect? If like 20 people go and put an application for a job, are they going to take every single one of them in for an interview? No, of course not. Maybe it's like the first couple people who put their application in, or the people who have the nicest looking resumes that put enough time into it, or whatever it is, or just random. Out of those random people, or the people that were picked for the interview, you're gonna find the best one for the job. But if you're making it about skin color, you're making it less. Geez, what am I trying to say here? This might be getting too whack right now. Why would you make it about skin color over just? Okay, let's take this sample. Okay, over a sample, right? Why would you make it about skin color? So anyway, if you make it about skin color and not like, okay, well, this person looks like they have the best resume and the most experience, let's interview them. That's what I'm trying to say. Then you're making the priority, not competency, experience, who looks the most prepared, regardless of their skin color, right? Black, white, blue, or purple, or male or female, they should all be welcomed. But based on like their competency and how well prepared they look for the job, to do the job. That's what should be the priority. So if you make that the priority, you're gonna end up with the best person for the job. But if you make the priority just something like skin color, which has nothing to do. Look, this is where calling somebody racist kind of hurts, because we're trying to say like race doesn't matter, skin color doesn't matter. Like rational-minded people, and a lot of people, it seems like on the right, are saying skin color doesn't matter. We should give everybody an equal opportunity. That's not what's been happening though with the last couple of years, and that's the point that Charlie was trying to make with those clips. In those clips, is that if you prioritize the race, one of which he mentioned, and geez, like I'm not going to say it because I don't think that people should be hired based off of race. I think everybody should be welcome to an interview. I think everybody should be, like, regardless of gender or race. But the point he was trying to make was that if you don't prioritize competency, and you know that everybody applying for that job, regardless of their skin color, black, white, blue, purple, male, female, whatever, or their gender, if you know that everybody applying for that job is being looked at solely for their competency, and that's it right from the get, you know the best person is going to be flying that plane or working at that company. But if they prioritize this race and this gender, and you put them in that position because they got the fairest shot because of the race and their gender, you're going to start to wonder, well, wait, they're giving an advantage to that race, that gender, and that person with that race and that gender is behind the wheel there. Did they pick the best person for the job? You're going to wonder. Or did it, like, in that second clip, if Charlie was on a plane, and let's say we lived in a fair world where everybody got a fair shot, if somebody was that race and whatever gender, if we lived in a different world, he would be completely happy about it. It's crazy that people are calling him racist when you look at the facts. They ignore other facts. They look at these 10-second clips and they ignore, like, the fact that I'm going to look this up afterwards because I don't know the details on it, but I'm pretty sure he started some organization to help African Americans like move forward and get in a better position to like get jobs and get work. He did something like that, and they ignore that, and they look at these 10-second clips taken completely out of context. So hopefully I explained, I know it was kind of long-winded, but hopefully I explained. I'm like sitting here trying not to freaking offend anybody. It's just crazy. that you have to like jump through hoops and walk on eggshells and shit. And this is the first video that I've made in a little bit, and I'm probably going to get better at just like focusing, but it's crazy that you have to do all that and you can't just say what you want to say, because so many people just get offended because they're conditioned to get offended, and they'll look at a 10-second clip, and instead of thinking, what's the larger context of this, they'll just say like, oh, well, that's bad, that's offensive, and they make a snap judgment. I think it's an evolutionary advantage of humans to make those snap judgments and to like trust other people saying like, oh, he's bad or he's good, because it takes away the work from us, but it's lazy. And we can't be lazy in the age of the internet, because with all these reels and 10-second clips, they're not to be trusted. They're completely out of context. You can't know all of somebody's intentions and their entire being based off these 10-second clips. And once people see a 10-second clip like that and they make a snap judgment, it's hard to undo that judgment of that person, no matter how much good stuff you show about that person, or no matter how much you try to dismantle that argument, because people don't like to change their minds. People just like to make a judgment and stick to it. It's just too fucking hard to change. Too hard to like change your mind on something, to be open-minded. But it's a skill, and you have to learn it if you want to live in a world where you know truth and you're not so affected by these little freaking clips. Thank you for watching.